Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Scotty B Show. We got the Washington Nationals at the Baltimore Orioles tonight. Excuse me while I do this, because if I don't, it's going to interrupt me all night long, and I'm not going to like it. So tonight we got the Washington Nationals at the Baltimore Orioles. Of course, everybody knows Brooks Robinson passed away yesterday at the age of 86. One of the best third basemen ever. From everybody that has talked about him, one of the nicest guys ever. So we'll try in between innings to fill in a little bit of his 23 years in MLB, what he did. But for the Orioles, pitching tonight will be Rodriguez. The batting order for the Nationals is Abrams at shortstop, Thomas in right field, Rios at third. Batting fourth to DH is Meneses. Batting fifth at second base, Garcia. Batting sixth, first baseman Smith. Batting seventh, third baseman Vargas. Batting eighth, left fielder Ahu. And batting ninth, playing center field is Young. On the mound for the Nationals tonight will be Corbin. The Orioles lineup, leading off playing left field is Hayes. Batting second, DH Rushman. Batting third to first baseman Santander. Batting fourth in right field Hicks. Batting fifth at third base Henderson. Batting sixth at second base is Westberg. Batting seventh to catcher McCann. Batting eighth to center fielder Mullins. Batting ninth to shortstop Mateo. So the announcers are saying the magic number is down to 2. They're saying they can clinch it tonight. I'm looking at standings, and I don't understand it. Looking at the standings, the Orioles are 2.5 up on Tampa Bay. Okay, so Tampa Bay has played one more game, so that makes a difference. But they're 2.5 games back. Where the heck is that at? Orioles are 7-3 in their last 10. Tampa Bay is 5-5. Rodriguez 22 games, 6-4, 4.49, 116 in the third innings, 42 walks, 124 strikeouts. Where is the 63? Okay, I see. I don't know. We'll have to figure this out because I don't understand. I'm missing something, I guess. And I talked to somebody else about it, and they said they're missing it too. So we'll have to figure that out. But in between innings, I'll be trying to talk a little bit more about Brooks Robinson, what he's done for the game, what he did for the game, what he meant as a human being, as from what I hear from everybody talking about him, what a great human being he was. So the first pitch by Rodriguez to Abrams is a strike. Oh, low for a ball. Okay, I see it. Pitch by Rodriguez to Abrams. Sorry, guys. Hey, Brett, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Abrams, 18 homers, 63 RBIs on the year. Fouls it off. Puts it at 1-1. Hitting 245 with a 717 OPS. So they're saying the Orioles can clinch it tonight. Bounce it foul. They keep saying they lead it by 2. On the standings, it shows 2.5. Good to hear, Brett. Glad you had a great time there. Pops it up. Over by third. Gunner reaches in. Did he get it? He did. He caught that. Up against the netting, so there's one out. So I'm not having the best connection, so hopefully it'll stay strong enough for me to do this whole game. That's one issue I deal with on the road. So one out, and that'll bring up Thomas, the right fielder, hitting .268 with a .786 OPS. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Fouls it back, 0-2. 27 homers, 85 RBIs for Thomas, 153 games. Lines it foul down the right field line. Stays 0-2. Swing and miss, strikes him out. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Ruse. The catcher comes up .252 with a .699 OPS. The pitch. Outside 1-0. We're in the top of the first. Just getting underway with Nats have 2 outs. Ruse hit 17 homers, 62 RBIs, 132 games. Fouls it back. Ruiz, okay. Sorry, it's been a long couple of weeks. We'll get into it. The announcers keep saying they can clinch it tonight. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2. I keep looking at the standings score. I don't see it. Fouls it back again. Fouls it off. What is going on with this thing? So the 1-2 again. Fouls it off again. Ground ball, base hit in the right field. So the Nationals come up with the first hit of the game, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Meneses. DHing tonight, .279, .733 OPS. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Brett. Did you enjoy all the road work around here? Slow grounder to short. Flips it over to second. We'll go to bottom half of the first. We're scoreless. It'll be Hayes, Rushman, and Santander. Okay, so we're going to bottom half of the first. Hayes, Rushman, and Santander are due up. Let's take a look a little bit more at Brooks Robinson. Of course, he's a Hall of Famer, an MVP, 18-time All-Star, 2-time World Series, 16 times Gold Glove. He was a World Series MVP and an All-Star MVP. Man had a career that you could only dream of. His whole baseball career was with the Orioles. Looking at he debuted in September 17th, 1955 at the age of 18 and 122 days. And he played against Washington. Had 4 bats, 2 hits, 1 RBI. His last game was August 13th, 1977 against the Oakland A's. He had no at-bats, no hits. So I don't know if he played. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a player in 1983. He had 344 out of 374 votes. So we'll go to bottom half of the first. It'll be Hayes leading it off, 276, 774 on the year. Corbin, the pitcher for Washington, left-handed pitcher. So Hayes leads off. First pitch is a ball low, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Austin Hayes was 16 homers, 66 RBIs in 141 games this year. Ball 2-1. Well, it's hard to define that, Brady. Hell of a third baseman. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 3-1 on Hayes. You can ask a lot of people, you're going to get different answers. One of the best? Absolutely. Ground ball, base hit left field. So lead off single for Hayes. So Adley Rushman to come up hitting 275 with the 802. Mm-hmm. Pitch to Rushman, strike 1. Rushman hitting right-handed against the left-hander, of course. Ball 1-1. Fly ball in the right field. That's going deep into right center field. It's going to be caught at the warning track. There's 1 out. And they throw it back to first. Hayes gets back in time. So runner at first with 1 out. So Santander will come up hitting 258 with the 801 OPS. Throw over to first. That's the first disengagement. Runner's back. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Low for ball. 1-1. Patrick Corbin, 31 starts, 10-14, 5.1, 375 in the third innings, 122 strikeouts. Santander, 27 homers, 92 RBIs in 149 games. Of course, he's batting right-handed against a left-hander. Outside, 2-1. Runner at first, one out for the Orioles here in the bottom half of the first. Fly ball into right center field. That'll be caught. It'll be 2 outs. So I'll bring up Hicks, playing right field tonight. 262, 757 OPS. Appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. 8 homers, 36 RBIs for Hicks between the Yankees and the Orioles this year. There goes the runner, throw down to second. Oh, the ball gets away. Boy, I thought they had him and the ball got away. Kind of got Austin Hayes in the shoulder a little bit. Right there, I thought they had him and then the ball jumped out of his glove. So Hayes is at second with 2 outs. 1-0 count on Hicks. Inside, 2-0. Low 2-1. He went around? 1-2. Wow. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hicks. Low for ball, 2-2. Why is this game day jumping around on me? I don't understand. Two and two, 2 outs. Runner at second. Bounces it right back to the pitcher. Flips it over to first. That'll do it for the first inning. We're going to top of the second. We're scoreless in Baltimore. Be Garcia, Smith, and Vargas coming up for Washington. All right, looking at what they give me on the stats here. I'm getting all this stuff from Baseball Reference, so appreciate that from them. So for his career, his WAR was 78.4. His at bats were 10,654. He had 2,848 hits, 268 home runs. His batting average career was 267. I'm trying to. In 1964, he led the league with 118 RBIs. My eyes deceive me sometimes, so I'm triple checking myself. All right, we'll get back to the game here. Garcia will lead it off against Rodriguez. First pitch is fouled back, 0-1. Rodriguez has thrown 17 pitches so far in the game. Garcia hitting 266 with a 684. Left-hander. There's a strike, 1-1. Nine homers, 49 RBIs in 118 games for Garcia. Fly ball into center field. Oh, who's got it? Mullins has it. So 1 out. Excuse me. So that'll bring up Smith, the first baseman, who's hitting 253 with a 681. Inside for a strike, 0-1. Strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it back. Ball outside, 1-2. Of course, his number's flying high and out there in right field on the building. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it back. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the top of the second, scoreless ball game. Ground ball to second. Westberg has it over to first. 2 outs. So Vargas, the third baseman, comes up hitting 248, 660 on the year. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the last 4 games of the regular season for the Orioles. First pitch is outside, 1-0 to Vargas. Two and 0. I believe it's Friday. They're celebrating Jim Palmer being 60 years with the Orioles. Low for 3-0. And I thought I heard him say yesterday that he might go out into the bird bath and get a little wet. In 83 games, Vargas has 4 homers, 31 RBIs. There's a strike, 3-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the second. We're scoreless. Pops it up out to left center. Mullins is under it. That'll do it. We'll go to bottom half of the second. We're scoreless. Coming up for the Orioles will be Henderson, Westberg, and McCann. I think it was the 2 years that they went to the World Series, 66, Brooks Robinson. And I need to get my glasses on because I'm old. So in 1966, he had 167 hits, 35 doubles, 2 triples, 18 homers, 80 RBIs. Batted .297. I'm just picking out some things that I come across. So Henderson will lead it off, followed by Westberg and McCann. Henderson hitting .260, 827. The first pitch is popped up. Shortstop is under it. There's one out. Corbin pitching for the Nationals. He has thrown 18 pitches tonight. So Westberg comes up hitting .260, 720 OPS. Left-hander Corbin. Here's the pitch. Strike to Westberg. Each team with a hit. We're in the bottom of the second. Westberg in 63 games has 3 homers, 22 RBIs. Low for a ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss, or fouled it off, excuse me. 1-2. James McCann is on deck, the catcher tonight. Outside, 2-2. Bounces it on the third base line. They're going to let it roll, and it's going to stay fair. Wow. Just a slow, looked like it hopped once coming out of off the bat, and then just slowly, just took a hop, slowly rolled. Oh, I thought it was going to go foul. It hit the edge of the grass and went that way, and then it hit the line and stayed fair. So Westberg's at first with 1 out. First hit of the game for the Orioles, or second hit of the game for the Orioles, excuse me. McCann comes up, 231, 668. Corbin sets the pitch. There's a strike. Wow. Believe that. 6 homers, 26 RBIs in 65 games this year for McCann. Throw over to first. That's the first disengagement. See, the Orioles have the number 5 patch on their left shoulders. Pops it up. Shallow right center field. Oh, and he can't handle it. So runners will be up first and second. As Westberg was kind of caught in the middle, didn't know if it was going to be caught. The right fielder and the second baseman going after it, and the second baseman tried to the right fielder tried to handle it, just could not. Did a little slide, but just couldn't get to it. Westberg had to run to get over to second in time. He's safe. So runners are at first and second with 1 out as Mullins comes to the plate, hitting .238, .737 OPS. It's a swing and a miss. 15 homers, 74 RBIs, and 111 games this year for Mullins. He's had some injuries here in the second half. Outside, 1-1. .324 with runners in scoring position. 7 homers, 64 RBIs for Mullins. Ground ball to second. They can only get one. Flipped it over to second. The shortstop couldn't get out of his glove to get it over to first in time to get Mullins fast. Abrams, the shortstop, just couldn't handle the ball coming out of his glove. So runners are at the corners with 2 outs. Seven homers, 30 RBIs for Mateo in 111 games, hitting .217 with a .610 OPS. Swing and a miss, strike 1. .310, 2 homers, 14 RBIs with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Throw to first, the first disengagement, that at bat. The pitch fouls it off. 0-2. 2 outs, runners at the corners. 0-2 on Mateo. Mullins, fly ball deep to right, caught right at the wall. We'll go to the top of the third. We're scoreless in Baltimore. BAU, Young, and Abrams coming up for Washington. So 1966 World Series, Brooks Robinson against the Dodgers. Before he played 4 games. Oh, come on now. Hit 214, walked once, had an RBI and a home run. 3 hits, 2 runs. We'll get back to that in a minute. We get back to the game. So the left fielder, AU, I'm going to say. I don't know if I pronounce it right. First pitch is low inside. Hitting 227, 553 with a home run, 14 RBIs in 47 games. There's a strike, 1-1. Ground ball to second. Westberg has it over to first. That'll bring up Young. Center fielders hitting 239 with a 651 OPS. Appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. Ball 1 outside to Young. Squared around, takes the ball high. If anybody has anything, 29 games for Young, no homers, 9 RBIs. There's a strike, 2-1. Has anything to say about Brooks Robinson? You're more than welcome in the chat. Fouls it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. On deck is Abrams. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. 2 outs. That's his second strikeout of the game for Rodriguez. Abrams comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. 244 on the year. Nice curveball, strike 1. Fouls it off. 0-2. Oh and 2. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. That's his third. We're going to bottom half of the third inning. It's scoreless. Be Hayes, Rushman, and Santander coming up for the Orioles. Okay, so 1969 in the ALCS. Robinson hit 500 with 2 walks. He had a double, was 7 for 14, scored a run. And then in the World Series in 1969, did not have a good series. He went 0-53, struck out 3 times, had 2 RBIs, scored a run, had 1 hit and 19 at bats. But 1970, it was a different story. In the ALCS against Minnesota, hit 583, had 2 RBIs, 2 doubles, 7 hits, 3 runs, 12 at bats. And then in the World Series against Cincinnati, the Reds, he was the MVP. I lost my place. 9 for 21, scored 5 runs, had 2 doubles, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, hit .429. All right, we'll get back to the game. So the first pitch to Hayes is a strike. Hayes singles, stole the bases first time up. All right, there you go. Around. No, he did not. 1-1. Bottom of the third, we're scoreless. Here's the 1-1. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. I mean, all you got to do is say number 5 in Baltimore. You know what you're talking about. Outside, he walked him. So Hayes is on first. So that'll bring up Rushman, who's 0 for 1 today. First pitch is a strike. Corbin on the mound for the Nationals. He's thrown 37 pitches so far. Rushman flew out his first time up. Low for a ball, 1-1. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off, 1-2. Drives it deep in the left center field. Gone. 2-run home run for Adley Rushman. Orioles lead it 2-0. Crushed that one. His 20th home run this season. 395 feet. Left his bat at 104.5 miles per hour. Woo! 2-0 Baltimore. Santander will come up. He's 0 for 1 today. First pitch to Santander is a strike. Rushman just crushed it. Left center field. Right into the bullpen out there. Ground ball to third. Over to first, there's 1 out. Well, that was gone from the time it left his bat. So 1 out. Nobody on. Hicks takes a ball low. Hicks is 0 for 1 today. Inside, 2-0. Six of his 20 home runs has come from the right side. Adley Rutschman. Hicks, fly ball in the right field. That'll be caught right in front of the warning track. And there's 2 outs. So that'll bring up Gunnar Henderson, who's 0 for 1 today. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. A win tonight, and the Orioles have 99 wins, 1 away from 100. Ground ball to second. Over to first. That'll do it for the third. Orioles scored 2 on a 2-run blast by Adley Rutschman. Coming up for the Nationals will be Thomas, Riaz, and then Meneses. So 1971 in the ALCS against Oakland. Brooks was 4 for 11 with 2 runs scored. He had a double. Home run, 3 RBIs. Hit .364. And then in the World Series against Pittsburgh, who they lost to, he was 7 for 22 with 2 runs scored. Had 5 RBIs. Walked 3 times, hit .318. Then in 1973 in the ALCS against Oakland, who they lost to, he was 5 for 20 with a run scored, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, hit .250. And 1974 in the ALCS against the Oakland A's, who they lost to again, 1 for 12 with the run scored. His only hit was a solo home run. So Orioles lead at 2-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. Thomas leads it off. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Takes a ball. Low and outside. 2-0. Ground ball to short. Mateo has it. Over to first. 1 out. So that'll bring up Riaz. I'm pronouncing it wrong. I know I am. He singled his first time up. 253 on the air. Ruiz. Okay. Ruiz. I got to remember that. So first pitch is a strike. Low for a ball. 1-1. There's a strike, 1-2. Slow grounder to second. Westberg has it over to first. Oh, got him. A little off the plate, but handled. So 2 outs. Santander playing first tonight. Meneses comes up to DH. 0 for 1 today. 278 on the year. Inside 1-0. No runs, 1 hit for the Nationals. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Orioles. Outside 2-0. Fouls it off. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and one. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Rodriguez pitch counts at 53 right now. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Garcia. Fouls it off. Hey, Rob, how you doing? The Mariners did it to themselves, Brett. They played Texas, Houston, and Texas down the stretch, and they ain't winning nothing but 1 game so far. There's a strike looking. We're going to bottom half of the 4th. It's 2-0 Baltimore. Coming up for the Orioles will be Westberg, McCann, and Mullins. All right, we're going to take this half inning or in between innings and check the scoreboard here as everybody's watching it. Yeah, it's the first game they won in 5 games. In the middle of the 5th, Cleveland's beating Cincinnati 4-0. Bottom of the 5th, Tampa Bay is beating Boston 3-0 in bottom of the 5th. Top of the 4th, Tigers are beating Kansas City 1-0. Middle of the 3rd, Pittsburgh's beating Philadelphia 3-0. Middle of the 2nd, New York and Toronto are scoreless. Bottom of the 1st, Cubs and Atlanta are scoreless. Warming up, the A's against Minnesota. Game 2, let's see if we got any finals before we get to this. So, Arizona beat the White Sox 3-0, and the Mets beat the Marlins 11-2. They're playing a doubleheader today. Got rained out yesterday, so second game will be coming up. Later on tonight, St. Louis at Milwaukee, Dodgers at the Rockies, Texas at the Angels, Houston at Seattle, and San Diego's at San Francisco. Seattle has all this right in front of them, and they've only won 1 out of the last 5, so they need to beat Houston again. Well, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't Dean Kramer start in the playoffs? I mean, but we're gonna see. They're gonna have time off. They're gonna have 3 days off or 4 days off, whatever it is, because the wild card games will start. So first pitch, Westberg from Corbin is a strike. Corbin 1 for 1 today, or Westberg 1 for 1 today, 264. I think he will. Ball 1-1. I think he's earned the right to anyway. There's a ball inside, 2-1 to Westburg. Corbin's thrown 51 pitches. But they're going to have time to figure it out and see who they're playing against too. That's another thing that you can do in the playoffs, especially they're going to have the number one seed. The Orioles are, so they're going to have time to see who they're playing. Slow grounder past the pitcher over to short, throws it to first. There's one out. That'll bring up McCann, who's 1-for-1 today. First pitch to McCann is a strike. Inside, 1-1 to McCann. On deck is Cedric Mullins. Yeah, I like Kramer. I mean, he just sometimes having a hard time getting past that sixth inning. It's the only problem. Fouls it off. 1-2 now to McCann. Kramer's, yeah, I think he's earned the right to start for sure. Here's the 1-2. Check swing foul. But we'll have to see. I mean, they got Means back and stuff, so I think it's going to come down to who they're facing, who they're playing. Ground ball to third. Over to first. There's 2 outs for the Orioles. Now to bring up Cedric Mullins, who's 0-for-1 today. Strike on the first pitch. Fouls it off. 0-2 to Mullins. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the bottom half of the fourth. 2-0 Baltimore. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. We'll go to the top of the fifth. 2-0 Baltimore. Coming up for the Nationals will be Garcia, Smith, and Vargas. Yep, Evan. You know how it goes. Playoffs come. They sometimes they got to pitch who's going to be best against that team. Uh, maybe in the first series or the first round, the starter might come out of the bullpen, and the next team they play, he's starting. So it depends on who they match up well against and stuff like that. All right, we'll get the top of the fifth. No runs, one hit for the Senate. For the Nationals, 2 runs, 4 hits for the Orioles. First pitch to Garcia's grounded foul past first. Rodriguez pitch counts at 57. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So Garcia, Smith, and Vargas due up this inning for the Nationals. Low and in the dirt, 1-2. Low in the dirt again, 2-2. Yeah, I think the Orioles, man. I mean, the only thing that worries me is getting time off. Fouls it off, 2-2. Sometimes teams get time off. It ain't good, but the Orioles got their team this year is they've just been finding ways to win it. Even when they're down towards the end of the game, they find ways to come back. Fly ball in the center field. Mullins rushing over. He's got it. 1 out. Yeah, the bullpen worries me a little bit. If Bautista can come back for the playoffs, then that's a big boost. So Smith comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. Fouls it off. 0-1. Celebrating Jim Palmer's 60 years with the Orioles Friday, I believe it is. High for a ball. 1-1. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Low and inside, 2-2. Fouls it off. 1 out, nobody on. We're at the top of the fifth, 2-0 Baltimore. Smith is at bat for Washington with a 2-2 count. On the mound for the Orioles is Rodriguez. Pitch counts at 67. Evan, thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate you. Base hit right field. Down the corner, Hicks goes for it. Runner will make it to second base. So runner at second with 1 out. So that'll bring up Vargas, who's 0 for 1 today. 247 on the year. Yeah, 60 years with the Orioles. I think he said he's going to go sit in the bird bath and get a little wet. Fouls it back, 0-1. outside, 1-1. Appreciate everybody stopping by tonight. If you like what you hear, appreciate a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithms with the YouTube. There's a ball low, 2-1. You're welcome, Evan. Fly ball in the left field. That'll be caught. Hayes has it. Runner stays at second, so there's 2 outs. Wish I could do every game, but got to work for a living, you know. Lines it down the left field line. Austin Hayes gets over there quickly, but they're not going to be able to stop the runner from scoring, but they'll hold the runner at first. So the Nationals finally score a run after 36 and a third, 2/3 innings, I believe it is, of being shut down by the Orioles. It's 2-1 now. And that'll bring up Young, the center fielder. So 2 outs, runner at first. Jacob Lou got the RBI, the left fielder. His first hit of the game. So McCann goes out to talk to Rodriguez about something. I don't know if he got crossed up on that pitch or what. So 1-0 is the count. 2 outs, runner at first. 1 run in. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball to short. Mateo has it over to first. Oh, safe as Santander dropped the ball back over to third, and they got him at third. Santander bobbled the ball. Runner was safe at first. He picked it up, and Lou tried to go over to third. Santander strode to third, and they got him. Yeah, they got him by a lot over at third base. Nice throw by Santander. They get a run. We're going to bottom half of the fifth. It's 2-1 Baltimore. All right, we'll go back and check the scoreboard that everybody is watching. Top of the first in the second game, Marlins lead the Mets 1-0. Top of the sixth, Cleveland's beating Cincinnati 4-0. Top of the sixth, Tampa Bay is beating up on Boston 5-0. Middle of the fifth, top of the fifth, Detroit's beating Kansas City 4-0. Top of the fourth, Pirates are leading the Phillies 5-0. At the end of 3, where'd they go? At the end of 3, Toronto and the Yankees are scoreless. Top of the second, Atlanta and the Cubs are 1-1. Top of the first, the A's and Twins are scoreless. Top of the first, St. Louis, Milwaukee are scoreless. So Mateo would lead it off against Corbin. 61 pitches thrown by Corbin. The first pitch was a ball. Second pitch is ball 2. Mateo's 0 for 1 today. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes to Mateo. Get him on. You know what he's going to do. He'll go from first to third, no problem, just stealing a base. Low, he walked him on 4 straight. That's trouble right there. So that'll bring up Austin Hayes, who's 1 for 1 today. He walked, scored a run, stole a base. Oh, there's a strike on the outside part of the corner. I thought I was hearing something, man. It's downpouring rain here. Throw to first. That's the first disengagement this at bat. Hard to steal on the left-hander. See what Mateo does here. 0-1. Nobody out. Runner at first. Hayes at the plate. There goes Mateo. Fouls it off. So Mateo will have to go back to first. 0-2 count now on Hayes. Rushman is on deck. We know what he did last time. Mateo's got another big lead again. Here's the 0-2. High for a ball, 1-2. So 1-2 pitch, and Mateo's got another good-sized lead. Low for a ball. Did he go around? Oh, they did. He did. I think the home plate umpire called that strike 3. So 1 out, runner at first. That'll bring up Adley Rushman, who's 1 for 2 with the 2-run homers last time up. Crushed it. So let's see what Mateo does with Rushman up there. First pitch, Rushman gets past the catcher. Mateo goes down to second. I don't know what happened on that pitch. Looked like the catcher missed, just blew that one. That was on the catcher there. It hit his glove, and he just didn't go down to get it. So 1-0, 1 out, runner at second. Adley Rushman at the plate, and he steps off. So that's disengagement 1 on this at bat. The 1-0. Mateo steals third as the catcher doesn't even throw it. He went to grab it out of his glove and dropped it. 30th stolen base for Mateo. So runner at third with 1 out. It's a 2-0 count on Rushman. And the infield is coming in, play in. There's a strike, 2-1. That's Mateo's 10th steal of third. Wow. This is a 2-1. I don't know what happened. Hang on, guys. I don't know if it's this blue circuit or what happened here. Wow. I got to go to the at-bat. Adley Rutschman hits a line drive to right field for a base hit. Mateo scores. Orioles lead 3-1. So Santander comes up. He's 0 for 2 today. Having a little trouble with my video. It's 2-1 on Santander with the runner at first and 1 out. 1 run in. Let me see if I can get. I don't know if I got a hit of lightning on me or what. So Santander drives a single into right center field. Rutschman makes it all the way to third. Runners are at the corners with 1 out. 1 run in. Hicks at the plate. Takes a ball. Apologize, guys. I had to re-up the page for some reason. So runners at the corners. It's 1-0 on Hicks. 1 out. 1 run in. Hicks is 0 for 2 today. Inside, 2-0. We're at the bottom of the 5th, 3-1 Baltimore. Ball 3, 3-0. Rutschman at third, Santander at first. The pitch. Inside, he walked him on 4 straight. It's a loaded full of Orioles with 1 out. That's going to bring up Gunnar Henderson, who's 0 for 2 today, and we're going to get a mound visit from the pitching coach. No, I have not, Brett. So bases are loaded, 1 out, 1 run in already. 1 run, 4 hits for the Washington, 3 runs, 6 hits for Baltimore. Bottom half of the 5th. So Henderson, then Westberg. His pitch counts at 81, Corbin's. But right now, their Orioles are shaking his knees. It's Gunnar Henderson, 65 extra base hits this season. It tied. Hang on. Gunnar Henderson takes it outside for a ball. Ties Cal Ripken as a rookie for most extra base hits. Career bases loaded, he's hitting 400. How about a little grand slam right here? Open this thing up. Outside, 2-0. All of a sudden, Corbin can't find a strike zone. 2-0, 1 out, bases full. Hey, Rob. Staying busy? Slow grounder. Pitcher picks it up, flips it home, and they got him at home. Whoa. So the throw just beat Rushman at home plate. Didn't have to tag him, just had to stand on the plate. Just a slow tapper out in front of the home plate down the left field line, and the pitcher got to it, shuffled it. Boy, I don't know. I think the Orioles might take a look at this. Let's see. Are they going to take a look at it? No, they're not. So 2 outs, bases are still loaded, but there's 2 outs now. Westberg comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. Ground ball foul. 0-1 on Westberg. Broke his bat. A little noisy in the stadium tonight, Rob? So 0-1, 2 outs, bases loaded. Now Westberg at the plate. Just flip him in the right corner there. Low and inside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Outside, 2-1 to Westberg. On deck is James McCann. The pitch. Fouls it off, 2-2. Boy. Orioles are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. Yeah, it would be a big deal to get one here. High for a ball, 3-2. So 3-2, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. No place to put them. Outside and low, and they walk in a run. And it's 4-1 Baltimore. As Westberg draws a walk. So McCann comes up. He's 1 for 2 today. He's got a walk and an arm. He's got. I'm looking at Westberg. McCann is 1 for 2 today. 234 on the year. And here comes Martinez. I think that's going to be it. Yep, that's it for Corbin. That's the second visit to setting. So Machado will be coming in for Washington. 4-1 Baltimore here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs, bases loaded. I better change the score before Robert yells at me. Take a look at the scoreboard. Tampa Bay still beating Boston 5-0 in the middle of the 7th. Marlins are beating the Mets 1-0 top of the 2nd, top of the 7th. Cleveland's been beating Cincinnati 4-1. Top Top of the fifth, excuse me. Pittsburgh has now taken the lead over Philadelphia 5-4. Wow. Blew up on them. Bottom of the fourth, the Yankees are beating the Blue Jays 2-0. Top of the third, Cubs lead the Braves 2-1. Bottom of the first, Twins are beating the A's 1-0. Top of the second, Cardinals and Brewers are scoreless. Top of the fifth, Detroit is beating Kansas City 4-0 goal. Later on tonight, Dodgers are at the Rockies. Texas is at the Angels. Houston's at Seattle. San Diego's at San Francisco. Final scores today. Arizona beat Chicago White Sox 3-0. And in the first game of doubleheader, the Mets beat the Marlins 11-2. All right, so that's it for Corbin. Machado comes into the game for the Washington. 41 games, 4-1 record, 4 holds, 5.21 earned run average, 46 2/3. Struck out 39, walked 13. He's given up 12 home runs. Teams are hitting 278 against him. Hey, Aaron. Welcome in. 4-1 Baltimore, 2 outs, bases loaded. McCann at the plate. Right-hander against right-hander. First pitch is fouled off, 0-1. Orioles had the second most hits with 2 outs, 74 in the major leagues. So let's keep it going here. Four to 1 Baltimore, 2 outs, bases loaded, 0-1 on McCann. Fouls it off again, 0-2. McCann broke his bat. McCann's 1 for 6, no home runs, 2 RBIs this season with the bases loaded. On deck is Cedric Mullins. Strike 3 looking. Right on the outside part of the plate. Orioles lead it 4-1. We're going to top of the 6th. It'll be Abrams, Thomas, Arias coming up for Washington. All right, we'll take a look at the scoreboard. Bottom of the 7th, Tampa Bay still beating Boston 5-0. So we'll keep an eye on that game. All right. We'll go to the top of the sixth. Rodriguez comes back out. He's thrown 75 pitches. He has struck out 4. Abrams will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out once. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So it'll be Abrams, Thomas, and Ruiz. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. So the Nats started off with a single. Thomas comes up. He's 0 for 2 today. First pitch is low for a ball. 1-0. Runner at first. Nobody out for Washington. We're in the top of the sixth. 4-1 Baltimore. 1 run, 5 hits for Washington. 4 runs, 6 hits for Baltimore. Strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-1. Low for a ball. 2-1. There he goes. There goes the runner. The throw is not in time down at second. So Abrams has 44 steals on the year. So it'll be a runner at second, nobody out, and that was a ball high. So it's 3-1 now on Thomas. Fouls it off. 3-2. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. On his 83rd pitch of the game. So 1 out. Runner at second. That'll bring up Rios. The catcher, he's 1 for 2 today. 253 on the year. I think that was a changeup. First pitch is driven past second baseman Westberg out to right field for a base hit. So 1 out, runners at the corners. So that'll bring up Meneses, the DH. He's 0 for 2 today. 278 on the air, and here comes meeting on the mound. Colum is warming up for the Orioles. Hey, King, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. So 1 out, runner at the corners for Washington. Meneses at the plate. Low for a ball, 1-0. Fouls it off, 1-1. The 1-1. Pops it up over by first. Santander has it, and there's 2 outs. So runners are at the corners, 2 outs now. That'll bring up Garcia, who's 0 for 2 today. Brandon Hyde is coming out to take Garcia out, or take Rodriguez out, excuse me. So that'll bring in Colum, left-hander, who's warming up. So Rodriguez went 5 2/3. So bringing Colum in to pitch to Garcia, the left-handed batter. So let's take a look at the scoreboard. Top of the 8th now. Tampa Bay leads Boston 5-0. Bottom of the 2nd, Mets and Marlins are tied 1-1 in the 2nd game. Bottom of the 7th, Cleveland's beating Cincinnati 4-1. Middle of the 5th, Pittsburgh's beating Philadelphia 6-4. Top of the 5th, Yankees are beating the Blue Jays 2-0. Top of the 4th, Cubs are beating the Braves 3-1. Bottom of the 2nd, Twins are beating the A's 1-0. Bottom of the 2nd, Cardinals are beating the Brewers 1-0. Top of the 5th, Tigers are beating the Royals 4-0. And at 8:40 tonight, you got the Dodgers against the Rockies. At 9:38, you got the Rangers at the Angels. At 9:40, you got Houston at Seattle. At 9:45, you got San Diego at San Francisco. Diamondbacks beat the White Sox earlier today, 3-0. And the Mets beat the Marlins 11-2 in the first game of a twin bill. Yeah, Grayson did good. Right now, Brandon Hyde is managing like it's a playoffs. That's what they were talking about last week. So, yeah, Grayson did really good tonight. Bring in the left-hander to pitch. Runners are at the corners, 2 outs. Columbus appeared in 59 games, 5-2 records, 20 holds, 2.76, 49 innings, 55 strikeouts, 12 walks, 4 home runs, 232 against him. And you got to get the bullpen out there. Carter Kieboom is coming in to pitch hit for Garcia. He's hitting .216 with a .640 OPS. 3 homers, 8 RBIs. Get the bullpen involved. Once they win the division, they're going to have a few days off. So, strike 1 to Kieboom. Swing and a miss. Low and 1-1. So the runner from first goes down to second on that pass ball. Runners are at second and third now with 2 outs. The 1-1 pops it up. Westberg backs up. He's got it. That'll get him out of it. We'll go to bottom of the 6th. Still 4-1 Baltimore. Coming up, be Mullins, Mateo, and Hayes. All right, let's get back to it. We're going to the bottom of the sixth. 1 run, 6 hits for Washington. 4 runs, 6 hits for Baltimore. B. Mullins, Mateo, and Rushman due up. Machado on the mound for Washington. Mullins takes the second pitch. Fly ball deep left center field. Off the wall. Center fielder has it. Mullins walks in with the double. Off the bottom of the State Farm sign there in center field. So Mullins at second. Nobody out. Mateo comes up. He's 0 for 1. He scored a run. He has walked. He has stolen a base. One thing about Mateo, his average is 216, but there's so many other ways he helps his team. So the first pitch to Mateo with the runner at second, nobody out. Squares around the bunt, takes outside 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Squares around the bunt again. Bunts it down to third base line. Just got him at first base. Runner moves over to third. Kind of a bad throw to first, but he got it. Nice bunt, though. Laid it down perfectly towards third. And so runner at third, 1 out. Austin Hayes comes up. He's 1 for 2 today. He scored a run. Struck out once. He's got a walk. 277 on the year. They got a meeting on the mound right now. Waiting for this meeting to get done with on the mound. Here we go. So Austin Hayes stands in the box. Runner at third, 1 out. And the infield is playing in. Boy, if Austin Hayes can hit it down the first base line, do it now. Fouls it off, 0-1. Oh and 1 to Austin Hayes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So 0-2, 1 out, runner at third. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt, 1-2. High and inside, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 to Austin Hayes. Ground ball past the shortstop. 5-1 Baltimore. Hayes ends up with a single. Drawn in infield, got a base hit for him that time. I don't even think that mattered. That was a nice hit by Hayes. Makes it 5-1 Baltimore. Adley Rushman comes up. He's 2 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBIs, a run scored. First pitch, Adley is a strike. 1 out runner at first with the run in now. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. On deck is Santander. Last game against the Nationals. Finish up the year against the Red Sox. Strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. So Ryan Mountcastle, they say, is back. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. So 2 outs, runner at first. Santander comes up. He's 1 for 3 today, scored a run. Santander turns around to bat left-handed. Ball high, 1-0. Corey Abbott is warming up in the Nationals bullpen. Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Santander. Here's the 1-1. Throw to first. That's the first disengagement this at bat. 2 outs, runner at first for the Orioles. They got a run in. It's 5-1 Baltimore here in the bottom half of the 6th. High for a ball, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fouls it off, 2-2. Fouls it off again. Two and two, 2 outs, runner at first, bottom of the 6th. The pitch to Santander. Ground ball to first. You got it. We'll go to the top of the 7th. It's 5-1 Baltimore. Coming up for the Nats, it'll be Smith, Vargas, Alou. All right. Coming up for the Orioles will be Hicks, Henderson, and Westberg. We'll do up anyway. As we go to the bottom half of the seventh. 5-1 Baltimore. Run, 6 hits for Washington. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Orioles. And we'll see how Tampa Bay is doing. So going into the bottom of the ninth, Tampa Bay leads Boston 5-0. That's all right. We'll just win it all We'll just win it all tomorrow night. All right. So Abbott is the new pitcher for Washington. Hicks will lead it off, followed by Henderson, Westberg. Hicks is 0 for 2 today with a walk. Abbott has thrown 19 games, 1-2, no holds, 6.81 earned run average, 35 2/3, 35 strikeouts, giving up 9 home runs. Teams are hitting 319 off him. So look out. Look out. So Hicks will lead it off. Turn around the bat left-handed against the right-hander. Takes a ball low, 1-0. He's got 8 homers, 36 RBIs on the year, Aaron Hicks. Outside, 2-0. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sounds like everybody's getting noisy over there in Baltimore. Going to be a crazy series against the Red Sox. Low, 3-1. Going to have to win the division against the Red Sox. Swing and a miss, 3-2 on Hicks. Strike 3 looking on Hicks. 1 out. So Gunnar Henderson comes up. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 259 on the year. Gunnar Henderson, Rookie of the Year this year. Is Gunnar Henderson the Rookie of the Year? The pitch. There's a strike, 0-1. On deck is Westberg. 28 homers, 82 RBIs on the year for Henderson. Ball outside, 1-1. Fouls it off, 1-2. The bird bath people are getting noisy. There's the 1-2 inside. Almost hit him. 2-2. Two and two. Fouls it off. Oh, so now Mr. Palmer's saying he's not going out there on Friday night to the bird bath. No, only Ben is going out there. Strike three looking on Henderson. 0 for 4 tonight. Ugh. So Westberg comes up. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. First pitch to Westberg is a swing and a miss. 2 outs, nobody on. 3 homers, 23 RBIs for Westberg. Fouls it off, 0-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 5-1 Baltimore. The 0-2. Strike three looking on Westberg. We'll go on top of the 8th. It's 5-1 Baltimore. Coming up for the Nats, it'll be Young, Abrams, and Thomas. All right, we'll go to the top of the 8th. 1 run, 6 hits for Washington. 5 runs, 8 hits for Baltimore. Jacob Webb is going to be the new pitcher for the Orioles. It'll be Young, Abrams, and Thomas coming up. So taking a look at that Tampa Bay game, Tampa Bay did beat Boston 5-0. Jacob Webb, 52 games, 1-1, 12 holds, 3.66, 51 2/3, 54 strikeouts, 30 walks, giving up 6 home runs. Teams are only hitting 193 off him. So Young leads it off, 1 for 2. He struck out once. As a strike. Young hitting 245 on the year with no home runs, 9 RBIs. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Good morning, Nan. How are you, dear? Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. That'll bring up Abrams, who's 1 for 3 today, 246 on the year. 18 homers, 63 RBIs for Abrams this year. There's a strike. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. Oh, you called that a ball? 1-0. Fouls it off, 1-1. Are you up out of bed or are you back in bed taking a nap? Strike two, swing and a miss, 1-2. All right, 2-2. Thomas on deck. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. 2 outs. That'll bring up Thomas, who's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice today. 267 on the year. King Robert needs something to do. Ball inside, 1-0. He's bored. Ain't got nothing to do tonight. 27 homers, 85 RBIs for Lane Thomas this year. There's a strike, 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. We're at the top of the 8th, 5-1 Baltimore. Only fitting they scored 5 runs tonight. Fly ball into right field. Hicks has it. That'll do it. We'll go to bottom half of the 8th, 5-1 Baltimore. Coming up for the Orioles will be McCann, Mullins, and Mateo. All right, we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 1 run, 6 hits for Washington, 5 runs, 8 hits for Baltimore. McCann, Mullins, and Mateo due up for the Orioles. Tampa Bay already beat Boston 5-0 today. Number 5, Brooks Robinson. And they put a black ribbon on the retired number 5. at the stadium. So McCann will lead it. So Thaddeus Ward is the new pitcher, 25 games, no record, no holds, 6.55 earned run average, 34 and a third. First pitch to McCann is 6 homers, 26 RBIs this year in McCann. Outside 2-0. Oh, one, they called the first pitch a strike. Okay. You said it, Brian. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Throw to first. McCann is out. There's one down. Thanks for stopping in, Brian. So Mullen comes up. He's 1 for 3 with the run scored. He's got a double. Struck out once today. Swing and a miss by Mullins, 0-1. Chris Sale's pitching tomorrow's game for Boston, and they have done nothing but tear him up this year. I don't know what happened. Mullins broke his bat on a swing and miss. Wow. So 0-1 to Mullins. Low and inside, 1-1. That's all right. Robert didn't need to celebrate tonight. He ain't got time. Inside, 2-1. Too much to do tonight for Robert. Here's the 2-1. There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-2. Mullins didn't like that. Tyler Wells is warming up. Strike 3 looking at Mullins. 2 outs. You bet you, Brian. He was one of the best defensive third basemen out there. He came up big in the 1970 World Series. So Mateo comes up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, a run, a stolen base. Strike 1 to Mateo. Yeah, you're welcome, Brian. 7 homers, 33 RBIs on the year for Mateo. Outside, 1-1. Let's think of that Mateo, 216 batting average, but he does so much with his speed and everything else to help the team out. High and outside, 2-1. Hot shot out to right field for a base hit. Mateo was his first hit tonight. And you know what's going to happen, right? I don't know. They're winning 5-1. Does it go? 2 outs, runner at first. Got Austin Hayes at the plate. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Scored a runs, got an RBI. He's got a walk. He struck out once. Hit 279 on the year. So does Mateo go or no? Why not? Swing and a miss, strike 1. $16 homers, 67 RBIs on the year for Hayes. Throw to first, almost got him. First baseman fell on Mateo. He's all right. First disengagement, this at bat. Oh, and Hayes gets hit right in the rib cage. Right in the rib cage. Ugh. We don't need any injuries right now. To be at first and second with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Adley Rutschman, who's 2 for 4 tonight. Scored a run, got 3 RBIs, got a home run. That's all I hear from everybody, Brian. He was the nicest guy you ever wanted to meet. And, that's another big thing. He was a leader on the team, He was a leader on the team. Made the team better by leading. 2 outs, first and second. Here's the pitch to Rutschman. Inside, 1-0. 20 homers, 79 RBIs now for Rutschman. Rutschman DHing tonight. Ball outside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Here's a strike, 2-1. Yeah, Brooksy played his whole career with the Orioles. High and outside, 3-1. So this will be win number 99 tonight. Ball 4, he walked him. Bases are full of Orioles with 2 outs. Santander 1 for 4 today with a run scored. Got a home run. Or not. No, that's Santander doesn't have a home run. Rutschman had a home run. I don't know what they're doing to me here. So they got a meeting on the mound right now. Santander comes up. All right. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 5-1 Baltimore. Santander at the plate. Batting left-handed against the right-handed pitcher. Ward on the mound for Washington. Low and inside, 1-0. Outside and low, 2-0. Friday night, they're celebrating Jim Palmer being with the Orioles for 60 years. There's a strike, 2-1. Yeah, I saw that, Rob. Joe Boo has a homer hose. Rob, did you need a celebration tonight to go along with everything else you got to do? Ball outside, 3-1. Can wait a day on that. Bases are full of Orioles. 3-1, 2 outs. 5-1 Baltimore, bottom of the eighth. Joe Boo is going in the house. Puts it up. Shallow left field. Jacob Lou has it. We'll go to the top of the ninth. 5-1 Baltimore. That's all right. Leave the runs at 5. Leave the number at 5. The power of Joe Boo. Man, they keep showing that Travis Kelce commercial on MLB TV. All right, we're going to top of the ninth. 1 run, 6 hits for Washington, 5 runs, 9 hits for Baltimore. It'll be Riaz, Meneses, and then what's this guy's name? Kaboom. Kaboom. Tyler Wells is coming in the game. He'll be the new pitcher for the Orioles. Two runs in the third for the Orioles, 2 runs in the fifth, 1 runner in the sixth for Washington. They scored their one and only run in the fifth. Tyler Wells comes in, 22 games, 7-6 record, 3.78 earned run average, 115.2 thirds, 112 strikeouts, 25 home runs, 188 off him. It's his second appearance since being recalled. Low 1-0, I guess. His high strike, 1-1. $17 homers, 62 RBIs for Riaz. Pops it up. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ryan O'Hearn has moved into first. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. So that'll bring up Meneses, the DH. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. There's a strike, 0-1. 1 out. Nobody on. Top of the ninth, 5-1 Orioles. 13 homers, 87 RBIs for Meneses. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So after this, the Orioles are waiting for the Red Sox to come to town. Swing and a miss, strikes him out on 3 pitches. So 2 outs, nobody on. That brings up Kaboom. Kick boom. He's 0 for 1 today. This will be win number 99 for the Orioles. Ball low, 1-0. Hit 213 with 3 homers, 8 RBIs this year. Carter, kaboom. Outside, 2-0. Orioles are going to have to win their hundreds against the Red Sox and win the division against the Red Sox. High for a ball, 3-0. Strike, 3-1. Oh, the Rays are off tomorrow. That's right. Ground ball to second. Westberg over to first. That'll do it. 99th win of the year for the Orioles as they beat the Washington Nationals 5-1. All right. Orioles are a step closer. A step closer. 1 win away from 100. 1 win away from the winning the division. Rays have tomorrow off. I don't know what that does. I thought they were a game and a half. They're saying they could win it all today. So the final score, Baltimore 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Washington 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Brian, thanks for coming by. Yeah, we're going to give it a shot tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. I do appreciate you. If you like what you hear, appreciate the thumbs up. You know how YouTube works with the algorithms and all that other crapola stuff. They'll do it tomorrow against the Red Sox and against Chris Sale. They've been hitting Chris Sale all year long. Even spring training, they clobbered him. I'm waiting for this stuff to come up for some reason it ain't. Thanks, King, for coming in. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate everybody coming by. We'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm not working. Thank you, Brett. I'm glad you had fun in Michigan. You're the first person. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Here we go. All right. So, winning pitchers, Rodriguez, he goes to 7-4, 4.35. Losing pitchers, Corbin, he goes to 10-15 with a 5.20. Let's see if they show who's pitching tomorrow. Let's see who's pitching tomorrow. Yep. So Chris Sale's pitching for Boston tomorrow's game, and Kramer's pitching for the Orioles. So it should be a good game. Should be a great game. Orioles should clinch it, no problem. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow night. God bless y'all. Have a great day, great night. And thanks for stopping by the Scotty Beach